The joy of having a righteous leader. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 12. The village of Elmsworth had always been a place of joy and laughter. Children played in the fields, neighbors shared harvests, and elders told stories by bonfires. At the heart of it all was Elder Tomlin, the town mayor, a humble man with flowing white hair and a steady voice. He led the village not with power, but with wisdom and fairness. Tomlin would often remind the villagers, "Remember what the scriptures say. When the righteous succeed, everyone is glad. When the wicked take charge, people go into hiding." Proverbs chapter 28, verse 12. It was the basis and goal of his leadership. For years, peace reigned. Then came the shadow. A man named Varek arrived from the West Coast. Cloaked in charm and ambition, he promised protection from imagined threats of depression and want, freedom for all, and wealth would be taken from the greedy rich and given to those in need. "Elmsworth is too soft," he said, pacing in the village square. "You need strength, order, control. We need to throw down those in power." At first, people listened. Tomlin, already weakened with age, tried to warn them. "Fear is a tool of the wicked," he said, "and they wield it well. But fear and lies speak louder than wisdom when shouted enough times." Tomlin was removed from leadership, and Varek took control. The change was swift. Curfews were set. Guards patrolled the streets, watching more than protecting. Markets were taxed heavily. Speaking out brought punishment. The village square grew silent. Laughter disappeared. Neighbors turned against neighbors, turning them into the police for alleged thought crimes and violation of the new rules. Even nature seemed to mourn. The once bright sky hung heavy with gray. Birds no longer nested near town. Children stopped playing. A year passed in silence, until one morning, when a soft song drifted through the air. It came from the old chapel, a small, voice-clear, trembling, but brave sang one of the village's oldest hymns. It was Jessica, Tomlin's granddaughter, no more than 12 years old. She stood on the chapel steps, holding a small oil lamp in her hands. One by one, villagers emerged from their homes, drawn by the sound. Jessica raised her voice, not in song this time, but in truth. "My grandfather always quoted the old proverb saying, 'When the righteous succeed, everyone is glad. When the wicked take charge, people go into hiding. We've been hiding too long.'" A murmur rose in the crowd. A mother stepped forward, then a blacksmith, then the baker. They lit candles. They sang. They stood strong. When Varek's guards arrived, they met not fear, but unity. And in the face of a village that had found its courage, they lowered their weapons and turned away. Varek fled that night. Elder Tomlin, frail but smiling, returned to the chapel, leaning on Jessica's arm. Elmsworth began to heal. Laughter returned, and with it, the birds and the sunny days. The fields bloomed brighter than ever. People gathered again, not because they had to, but because joy, once buried, had risen again. Jessica had carved over the chapel door the words so often quoted by her grandfather. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 12. "When the righteous succeed, everyone is glad. When the wicked take charge, people go into hiding."